All right, so I got a nice little email from a young man in his 30s. And long story short, it was a long email. He is depressed, he is worried, he is under tremendous stress because his boss is apparently very tough, rough, and as he described it, my boss is an asshole. My boss is a bad guy. My boss puts so much of pressure, stress, and the guy is in sales. And even though he's achieving his target, his boss is pushing him to achieve more sales. So he was like, sir, big fan of yours, always watch your content. It guides me. Please help me. I respect your opinion. Okay. Uh, so I'm going to speak on this topic, having a tough boss. How do you manage? But one thing I can tell you, even though you might respect my views, you may not like what I have to say. Okay. And I'll try to explain to you with logic and feel free to let me know your thoughts. Now, I'm sorry to say, but I'm very old school. Okay. I believe in tough love. I believe in that military kind of establishment. And it's really ironic I should say this because I was always a rebel. I was always breaking the rules, bending the rules, not listening, not following. And I always got into like trouble, detention. I wouldn't hurt or harm anyone, but I was always like in school days, always the guy who was, oh, trouble, where is Loy? Like that's the word. There is noise in the class, where is Loy? There is mischief in the class, where is Loy? That kind of thing. So I was not like a gangster or anything, but always a troublemaker. So I've I've always questioned authority. I've always questioned, even when working in the workplace, like, why should I respect you? Like to the manager or boss, you what you know more than me, and okay, something. So I was always arrogant, ignorant, stupid that way. But like they say, life teaches you lessons, and if you don't listen to your elders, you don't listen to people who really want to guide you, your boss, your you know mentors or whatever, life teaches you a lesson. And over the period of time, I was thoroughly smashed, bashed, and made humble by life. And thankfully, when you are at breaking point and you cry these tears of pain and suffering, and then you get a mentor, you begin to appreciate all the tough bosses, all the tough love, all the kind of military grade guidance. Like if you see the military, you see any of the military movies, you'll always see that they are studying attention and the guy shouting his way, what are you doing? You piece of shit, you maggot, you this, you that. And the guy is standing straight. And, that training makes you tough. That getting up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, running for 10 miles and then eating the food fast and getting shouted at. And, it makes you a very tough person. That pressure, that stress. Now, I'm not endorsing an abusive boss that exploits you, but I'm endorsing tough love. Now, you're in sales and the boss is pushing you towards get more sales. It's only going to make you tougher. Okay. It's only going to make you tougher. And if you achieve more sales, if you achieved 10 and he's able to push you to achieve 12, that means there was still more potential. Yes, I know that he's going to squeeze the last drop of blood or whatever. But if you do get commission, why not? And let's assume you don't get commission, then you have a paradigm shift of, instead of looking, I'm a victim, boo hoo, what will I do? Take it in your stride and say, I've got 10, he's pushing me for 12, I'll get bloody 15. And then push yourself to such a level where you not only get customers, you market and sell yourself and get another job and become his boss, earn more salary than him. That should be your take. That should be the fire that you should have, that I'm going to earn more than him. I'm going to be more successful than him. I'm going to be bigger than him. And I'll tell you, through life, I've had the honor and privilege of meeting people who were under a boss and they ended up become 5-10 times more. I myself, I don't want to brag about it, but I'm just saying some of my so-called bosses, I'm earning today much more than them. But this is not to put them down. Maybe someone under me, maybe you who's watching my videos, you'll end up earning much more than me, and I'll be happy for you. See, there are a couple of points that I'll give you before that will really help you and give you a perspective. I've written down kind of 11, 12 points. See if it really makes sense. See, number one is, they say, iron sharpens iron. Fire, purifies you. Those quotations that they have. So the more tough he's on you, the more tough you're going to become. Let's say, two, for example, there are two kids, two children. One is kept in the comfort of the house and with a nice warm blanket and an AC and every day delicious food being served and pampered and loved and all that. And another kid is made to sleep like on the ground in the in nature, in the forest, and every morning you have to get up and do exercise and kind of the military kind of training, and eat fast and eat to the point and study, and discipline is maintained. Which kid do you think will be destined to achieve greatness? By default, the one who is made to go through the grind. That is why my daughter, I don't pamper her with everything. She sleeps on the floor. Sometimes there is no AC. Many times she asks me chocolate. Sometimes I say no. Sometimes I tell her, clean all this, only then come and talk to me. So I have to be a little tough with her, because if I make everything soft, lovey-dovey, she's going to be, she'll not survive. I was born and raised in an environment of criticism, physical, mental, and emotional abuse, which I don't recommend, but it has made me a very tough guy. Okay, so the first one. Second one is, um, you you always grow. You grow to the next level that you face. So let's say your capacity is to run 5 kilometers, but now someone's pushing you for 6. And if you keep at it, very soon you'll run 6 kilometers, let's say within 1 hour, for example. And the person says, no, I'll push you for 7. So the more they push you, it is like bodybuilding with muscles. The bigger your muscles become, the stronger you become. Um, number three is, um, you know, the more energy, the more willpower you put, okay, the more stamina will grow. If I think about myself in my younger days, the willpower and stamina that I have, like for example, food. If I would see food, I had to eat it immediately. If I had to see sweet, chocolate, juice, no willpower. Today, if I've already proved it by not eating food for 15 days fast. I never thought possible, but it didn't come just all of a sudden, step by step by step. Okay, next one is, this one is a long shot question. Are you the best of the best? Listen carefully. Are you the best of the best of the best? So if you're not, and if the answer is no, I'm number one sometimes, some month, no, you have to be the best. I don't know what are your goals, what is your aspirations, what is your standard, but you should strive to be better than what you were yesterday. At least compare yourself to you. Number 5 is, keep in mind, we are living in a day and age where competition is only getting tougher. Every year, new college students, new freshers, they have even better communication skills than you, even more online skills than you, even more marketing and selling skills, more contacts, more connections. And, when you're in school and college, at least you can study. Once you start working, you have to stop. These guys will want to take your job. So you make sure that you're so bloody good that even the competition should say, hey, I'm not at that level. Okay. The next point is, like they say, you suffer today, you grow tomorrow. What you do today, the seeds that you sow, you'll harvest it tomorrow, which is understandable. The next point is, remember, the world is not a very nice place. Life is tough. Life was meant to be tough. And the more tougher you are, the better you survive and sustain. And if you, like you send me that letter and you sounded depressed, you can cry boo hoo hoo and Nobody's going to take a tissue and wipe your tears. They look at you crying, they'll be like, huh, go and cry. Like, even if a girl dumps you and you're crying, she'll be like, who gives a damn about him? He's a loser. So wipe off your tears and take that fire inside you and say, I'm going to show you. Okay. And I'm not saying be vindictive towards your boss, but have that fire to keep it in your mind. Fine, whether you're my well wisher or not, if you're earning a salary of $5,000 or $10,000, make it a promise to yourself, I will get not only your salary, I'll get $20,000, I'll get double the thing. Maybe I'll make you work under me. I'll make you my bitch. That kind of attitude I want you to have. Okay. Next point is, remember, any great brand, whether it's Apple, whether it's, Steve Jobs and Apple, whether it's The Rock, whether it's Undertaker, whether it's Shah Rukh Khan, whichever global brand that you see, they didn't become the world's best by being soft and self-entitled. Obviously, I'm not expecting you to be Elon Musk or Shah Rukh Khan and all that. But boss, come on. You know, you you need to aspire to some standard. Even if you want respect from your wife and child, you need to be a certain standard. Like, for example, are you physically in good shape? Do you physically look attractive? Are you mentally sharp? How many books like do you read? Do you are you good at communication? Are you good at selling? Are you good at marketing yourself? In fact, how many people are offering you jobs? Is your resume up to date? Are people inviting you at least for an interview? If you're like a sitting duck and nobody knows you exist, boss, it's bad, right? Number 10 is, there's a reason why olden days people were tough and today's generation is soft. Once upon a time, employers used to even take a hand and slap the guy and say, go achieve the bloody target and kick them out. And there are still many countries where you have bosses like that. I'm not saying that that is right. But today you have the woke generation. Oh, you said you hurt my feelings. Oh, I felt depressed. I didn't feel like coming to work and all that. You want to succeed and survive. You have to be rough and tough. Why do you think men still look at Andrew Tate or they look at guys with muscles and all that? It's rough and tough, man. And it's not just the physical part. Mentally also, you have to be rough. And remember, you'll get enough and more people online who will hate you. You'll get people in your personal life. You'll get people offline. You have to develop a very thick skin if you want to succeed and survive. And people will only look up to you if you have what it takes. You know, those battle scars that they say, no? That will make you better. I think number 11 or something. It's all the top achievers, the creme de la creme, the people at the top. They are the ones who went through fire and suffering and pain, and they all had tough bosses. Nobody had it easy. Whether it's you want to go through the toughest colleges in the world, the toughest training, you'll never get a soft person. You want to stand out, suffer now, like they say. And remember, only then you'll be a great leader. If you suffer, you'll be a great leader. If you have it easy, no. And last, if not the least, final question that I've written here. Your boss is there for a reason, and you're at your level for a reason. Okay, you can say, oh, the boss kissed ass. Oh, the boss was there many years before me. Fine, whatever the case. So then, but he's still your boss, right? You're still at the lower level, right? So if you are man enough, prove why you should be in his position or why you should be higher. Then you're a man. If you can do that, then you're a man. But if you boo hoo hoo, oh, email, oh, I'm so sad, I'm so depressed, boo hoo. Boss, you never know. Maybe that guy has more problems than you. Maybe he has more insecurities. Maybe he has more fear. Maybe he is afraid to lose his job. Maybe he sits alone and cries. You don't know. It doesn't show you. And just like you wrote a secret mail to me, maybe he wrote a secret mail to somebody else. So we don't know. But all I'm telling you is forget whether he's weak, forget whether he's afraid. You be a man and make it a point to show the world and show yourself that I'm going to be better than this guy. I'm going to be bigger than this guy. I'm going to earn more. I'm going to achieve more. And be grateful you have a rough, tough boss. It will shape your character. Because remember, life is a phase. In another few more years, maybe you'll not live. Maybe you'll no longer be your boss. Maybe you'll move to another organization. You'll only be left with these memories. And this is what will help you grow. Okay? I hope this video helped you. I appreciate you sharing the letter. And I genuinely hope you find your calling and have that fire not to give up. Don't hurt, don't harm him, don't disrespect him. Show it through your actions. Okay? Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.